Alright, we're playing a 2k bat rep with Orcs and with Beasts of Chaos. We're playing Changing Priorities, which is the scenario where basically you've got three objectives in the middle, here and here. At the start of each battle round, we're going to roll a d3 to see which one's important. Then at the end of the battle round, we score points by basically depending on who's killed the most and who controls the important and or more of the objectives. So we'll go through Chris's army first. He's got 2,000 points of Beasts of Chaos, and I'll get you to take us through. What have you got?
No worries. So we've got the Phantasmagoria of Fate Battalion. So this is the Zinch Battalion, which gives them all the Zinch keyword. In addition to units from this battalion do not have wizard keyword, but can attempt to unbind one spell in the enemy hero phase in the same manner as a wizard, within 9 inches of the caster. So for the general, we have the Beast Lord in the middle. So this is going to be using the All Herd Allegiance, so he's going to be having the Dominator trait, as well as the Blade of Ruin, if I recall correctly. It's not on the list here. In terms of other units, we have two 10-man units of Bestigors. And we have a 10-man unit of Gors with hand axes and shields.
Yep.
We also have a Great Bray Shaman, which is right there, and he's going to be using the Vicious Stranglethorns spell, in addition to using the Knowing Eye artifact. So at the start of your hero phase, roll a dice. If the bearer is on the battlefield, or 4+, you receive 1 additional command point. So plain and simple. In addition to other units, we have the Doomborg. He does not have any traits or artifacts. We have a 6-man group of Bulgors. Then we also have a Zangor Shaman, 1 6-man group of Zangor Skyfires, and 2 10-man groups of Zangors.
Alright. Anything I should be really scared of in this?
So the Bulgors are using great axes. So I believe off the top of my head that is 2 attacks with 3 damage each.
Ooh.
So the potential to do some pretty hilarious clocking, and they have exploding 6s on the wounds to deal 1 mortal wound in addition to.
Okay.
And that's just flat for the weapon profiles for all of them, so...
Cool. Alright, we've got 2,000 points here of Ironjaws, and they are being led by a Mega Boss on Maw Crusher. Now, I've given the trait to him of Brutish Cunning, which means once around, he gets to use the Mighty Destroys without having to spend a command point. The Beast trait that I've given him is Meanin, which adds a damage point to the Mighty Fists and Tail attacks. On the side of him, we've got the War Chanters, the cheer squad there. One of them, the dude with the red, has got the rhythm, the Get 'em Beat. And the dude with the yellow here, he's got the Killer Beat. Next up, we've got the Wargog Prophet hiding just in here. I've given him the, he's actually of the Bone Splitter, so he doesn't get any allegiance spells, but his default spell, which is Fists of Gork, is actually a good one. So you basically get to roll a dice equal to the number of models in the enemy unit that you're casting, and for a 6-up they get a mortal wound. If your casting roll was a 10-up, it's actually on a 4+, so it's a really, really good anti-blob spell. So next up, we've got a group of 15 Ardboys. The usual stuff, so drummers and shields and bits and pieces like that. The boss is this fella here with the different size base. Then we've got 1 unit of 10 brutes. We've got the usual sort of setup, so they've got boss choppers and gore choppers as much as we're allowed to take. Next up, we've got a unit of 3 gore grunters, which are armed with the jagged gore hackers. So that's the big 2-handed ones that do a bit more damage on the charge. I do have taken one of the spells, so I've got the Aether Void Pendulum, and a lucky last I've taken, for a bit of fun, the Rogue Idol, which is just cutesy and should be, well, giving us a good laugh, really. So let's see how we go. We're playing on the realm of Garan, and the trait that we've actually rolled up is, let's find it here, it's Hidden Festering Corruption. So at the start of your hero phase, roll the dice, add 1 to the dice roll if your army is allegiance to Nurgle, so neither of us do. On a 5+, the enemy, we get to pick an enemy unit within an inch of a terrain feature, and that unit suffers 1 mortal wound. So we're going to roll for setup and see who goes first. Now Chris has got basically 1 battalion, so he's probably going to be finishing first anyhow, but we'll see. So I've got 6. And you've got a 2, so I'm going to pick this side of the table because my miniatures are already here. Let's set up and see how we go. Alright, so we've got our 3 objectives set up. We've got a little treasure chesty thing with lots of books and stuff. We've got a very important stone that seems to float, and we've got a hoard of cash. So 1, 2, 3, seeing which one is important, and it's this guy here. So, Chris has deployed before I did, so he'll get to go first, but we'll just quickly go through the list. So we've basically got a giant line, yeah.
All the Zangors, all the Greyherd in the middle, all the Minotaurs, or what are they called? Warherd now?
Yep. And on the other side of the table, we've got some brutes with a war chanter, we've got the giant rock, and we've got our Ard Boys, bosses, and our fast deployment on that side of the table. Alright, so, Chris, who's going first?
I think I'm going to let you go first.
Ooh, okay. Alright.
I'm going to attempt a double turn.
Okay. Well, in that case, let me work out what do we do. So, at the start of my hero phase, I'm going to give myself a CP, and then because the Wargog Prophet is on the table, I'm going to roll a dice, that's this fella here, and on a 4+, he's going to give me an extra CP. And that's a 3, I do not get it, so I'm stuck with 1. So in my hero phase, it's going to be pretty simple. These guys, this War Chanter is going to give these guys a damage buff because that's what he does, so I'll stick that there. And likewise, this War Chanter is going to give these boys the same thing. Now, my Maw Crusher is going to use his free Mighty Destroyer's move on these guys, and they're actually going to run up there 4 inches. And the last thing I'm going to do is actually also, because I've gone first and I'm not really in range of any spells, I'm going to cast some spells with the Wargog. So first thing is I'm actually quite scared for my Maw Crusher because I know that Chris is going to be after him. So I'm going to try to cast a Mystic Shield. That goes off, I think, on a 5. Alright, so I've got an 8. Do you want to go for a Dispel?
You have 2 spellcasts?
I do.
I might hold off for now for the second spell, only because I'll need a 9 for Dispel.
Alright, well, that works for me. So first spell, that means went off, and I'm going to put that on the Maw Crusher. Mainly because I don't want his ass kicked straight off the bat. So, let's see. And for my second spell, I'm actually going to go to the Realm spells, and I'm going to try to cast Briarstorm. That goes off on a 6, and I get a double 1, so that's not going off. Alright, I'll start doing my movement and get back to you. Alright, so my Mighty Destroyers, basically all the little black orcs, went for a...
Not black orcs.
Okay, Ard Boys, sorry. They are black though. And this guy's facing the wrong direction, so we'll turn him around. Basically went up 4 inches trying to get closer to that objective. And the normal move. Alright, so we've sort of had a look at the table. I'm not going to do any runs, but I'm also really scared about getting Chris to charge me. So I'm basically going to move everyone up just onto the objectives and then try to sort of make him either come to me and then get into charge range my next turn, or if I'm double turned, you know, it's going to be that extra little thing. So basically I'm sort of petrified of what he can do. So first things first, Our rocky fella over here gets 2d6 to move because he's not bracketed at all. So he gets an 8. So I'm actually going to move him, and I'm going to move him to over here, onto that. These fellas, I'm basically going to move up to just within range of that objective, so well within their 5-inch move. War Chanter's going to stay in range. These guys are going to move up in again, less than their 4-inch move. That will get them there. War Chanter's going to keep in range. Wargog's going to move up here. These guys have got a 9-inch move again, so I'm going to move them up nowhere near that to sort of be on the objective, just within it. And our Maw Crusher here, I'm actually going to move him basically up to about here. So everything is sort of closer, it's on objectives, but it's also playing quite defensively, which I know is un-orky, but at the same time, I really don't want to, get sent off the table in the first round. So that will probably be that. I'm not going to do any charges, and I've got really nothing to shoot with that's in range, so we'll go from there. And we'll hand over.
So we started with 1 command point with battalion, and so we're going up to 2. We are going to check if we obtain one from the Knowing Eye, the artifact on the Shaman. So on a 4-up, I gain a command point. Hot. Okay, so we'll go 3 command points. We'll also gain 1 Bestial Core point, and then we're going to do some sacrifices with the Shaman on the 10-man group of Gores, so dealing D3 mortal wounds. 2. Donk. Donk. So we're going up to 3 points. And then we'll do some casting now as well. So my Shaman is going to cast Vicious Stranglethorns. So casting value of 7. That is an 8. Now I believe you have capacity to unbind this.
Yep. How much more of your stuff is going to be casting?
Just my Zangor Shaman.
Alright.
I only have 2 spellcasters.
What does this spell do?
So pick a terrain feature wholly within 24 inches of the caster that is visible to them.
Yep.
Each enemy unit within 3 inches of the terrain feature suffers D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, I'm going to try and unbind that, because that doesn't sound nice, because I know that you're probably going to cast it on here and just do lots of that. So I'm going to try and unbind it with the Shaman here.
Yep, so we need a 9. Do you have any modifiers?
No, I do not, and I don't get it.
Okay, so wholly within 24. I suppose that's not in, is it?
Yeah, it's actually not, yeah, because if I go straight down...
Oh, that's a mood.
Oh, no!
Fatigue. Alright.
Okay.
Well run, kids.
Well,
Good measure.
yeah, no, we should have probably worked that one out, because it turns out that everything is just out.
That's a big mood. Okay, let's go.
You can do it on your stuff and maybe hurt your guys. No?
I'm fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, we'll move
Alright.
past that one.
Zangor Shaman is going to cast Mystic Shield.
Yep.
So casting value of 6.
And gets it.
7. So, I'm happy to say you have line of sight with the Shaman through those trees.
I can only unbind one, I think.
So you have casting 2
I think it's a
times
2-1.
unbinding
Let
1.
me just double check. Oh, he is actually 2-2. All right,
Okay,
I
go
will
for
try to unbind that. And I'm going to do that. And yeah, that's an 11.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Okay, so uneventful hero phase for both of us so far.
Yeah, so I'll do movement and we'll be back shortly.
All right.
Okay, infuse with Bestial Vigor, so the Shaman's going to give them an extra 3 inches of movement during this movement phase.
That's pretty hot.
And we'll start doing the movement for everything. So I guess we start in the first end and work our way through it.
What's your plan?
So I think my intention is to probably just try to advance as far as possible for this round, since a lot of my units can run and charge in the same turn. And if I can get 1 or 2 charges off this round, we might be able to get some value and get ready for the second round.
Okay. Are you planning to, like, are you banking on a double turn, or are you just like, if it happens, it's going to be awesome, but
I
if it
don't
doesn't,
think
it
I'm
doesn't?
banking on it. I think I want to try to get as much value out of one of the units of Vestigors as I can, since they get really nuts really quickly.
Okay.
Charges on big units.
Yep.
So I'm hoping either of these two can connect with a middle, or potentially with a rock monster.
Yep.
I'm going to forget his name every time.
The Rogue Idol.
Rogue Idol. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right. Let's see how we go.
I'm going to run the Zangors.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 plus 2.
I love the fact that so much of your army can just run and charge. It just makes it so mobile.
I love it. I love it to bits. Alright, this unit of Zangors is going to run as well. So 6 plus...
Oh, wow.
I'll take it.
Yeah, no.
So we're going up to have a skizzy at what's in the box.
Actually, they probably, there's lots of books, they'd probably be all over it.
Exactly. Good thing.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's like one of those little public libraries that you see on the streets.
Exactly. Take a book, give a book.
It's actually really funny, there's 2 of them on this street.
Alright, Zangors Skyfires, they've got 16 inches movement, but they're going to be a little bit more conservative.
Oh, okay.
And I think they're just going to move up here. The world's an oyster at this range, but I think they're happy here. The Shaman's also got 16 inches, so he's going to sit in the middle here. Okay, Vestigors. So these guys are going to go pretty nuts pretty quickly. So they're going to be getting 3 inches from the infused with bestial vigor. I believe they get 1 inch from the banner. I believe that's an extra 1 inch to run and pilings. I'll just confirm that.
Oh, that's obscene.
Yep, so 1 extra inch to runs or pilings. And the horn lets them charge as well. So we're going to be looking at 6 inches movement normally, plus 1 for the banner and 3 for the bestial vigor. So 10 plus d6.
And you're running them, wow.
So
Okay, 14.
Run. So I'll do the...
Have you considered putting these guys into races?
No, not yet. So,
Alright.
yeeting all the way up here. Now you still get the charge as well, which is pretty magnificent. Alright. Other unit of Vestigors are also going to run.
Yep.
So 6 plus 1 for the banner plus 3, so 10 inch to run.
Yep.
Oh, and they go up perfectly next to them. We'll do that. Make them all look
Yeah, so it's looking like my little ploy of, oh no, I'll just sit back and, you know, he'll have to take some turns to get up to him. Yeah, it's not really going to happen.
laughing goat. Alright, and I'll just do the Shaman, and Shaman might move up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
The Gores will also move up. They'll cut along the sacrifices. Perfect. And we'll also do the Beast Lord now. So this is going to be 6 plus 6.
Oh, wow.
Do I want him to go that far? I don't know what the Rogue Idol can do, which is...
Look, he is a little bit chunky bashy,
Yeah.
but not as good as you'd think.
I'm going to move him in and see what I can do.
Okay.
I'm going to put him in the middle.
Yep.
He's game there.
Alright.
Doombull's going to run. So 7 plus 1. Go there. And then if I recall, the Warclans have 7 plus 6.
Sorry,
Okay.
can I get my dice back off you?
Later, after this.
Oh, wow.
I'll
Wow.
move him in front.
It's obscene when you're like, I don't even have to go my full distance. That's how fast I've gone. Yeah, no, I love it.
And they just come
Love
barreling
it.
up the field.
Yeah, they've seen the treasure up here. They know what they want.
Exactly. Hit the spoilers. Okay, perfect. So I guess we're going to go to shooting now.
Yeah.
So I only have one unit which can shoot, which is the Skyfires.
Okay.
So I'm going to get those units, get those ducks in line now.
Yep. Well, that's going to be one of those obscene shooting ones, isn't it?
Not as obscene, accurate, but not obscene.
Okay.
I'd say consistent might be the phrase.
Alright.
So, actually this Shaman's also giving them a buff for being in range as well. So, Visions of the Future, add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by arrows of fate by friendly Zangor Skyfires, holding within 12 inches of the Zangor Shamans.
Yep.
So
yep, definitely in.
That. Then we have the Aviarch is going to get +1, add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made with Aviarch's arrows of fate, so I'm going to use a green to represent that. And then Guided by Fate, in the combat phase you can re-roll failed hits and wound rolls for attacks made by this unit if no enemy units within fringe. Oh wait, no, my apologies.
Yeah.
Judgment from afar. If an unmodified hit roll for an attack made with an arrow of fate is 6, that attack inflicts D3 mortal wounds on the target, and the attack sequence ends.
Wow.
So we're going to be looking at 4 ups to hit, 3 ups to wounds normally. The Aviarch gets +1 to a 3 up, and the unit is also getting a +1 to hits. So we're going to be looking at 3 ups, 2 ups.
Okay, and who are you shooting at?
I'm going to go for the Maw Crusher.
Of course you are.
Okay, I'll take it. Unmodified hit rolls for attacks of 6s do D3 mortals.
Yep.
And we'll resolve these other 3 now as well. So, wound rolls 3 up.
Okay, that's
so
sort of one wound roll.
Save for 1 rend.
Alright, so yeah.
I'd imagine a 3 up save.
He's got a 3 up, but he's also got an ethereal amulet, so he actually ignores rend.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
So on a 3 up, and he's still got his mystic shield, so he gets to re-roll. Not that. Okay, so that one goes through.
Okay, so we're going to be doing
and
3 D3 damage. Unless you get...
Are they all D3?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's gross.
So 2 D3 mortal wounds from the Guided by Fate.
Yep. No, he doesn't have any shrugs, so you can do them all together.
So 3.
3 and another 2, so 5.
Wow. So okay. 5 wounds on him.
That sucks. Hang on. Alright, so our Mega Boss is taking 5 wounds now. That really, really hurt.
Down to 10, I would imagine that's a bracket.
However, due to him, that means at the end of the phase, he will get to move.
Oh, okay, spicy.
Yeah.
How far?
D6. So any models in the Ironjaws army, any phase that they are injured in, if they're not in combat, they do get to roll up because that just makes them mad.
Okay. Sounds
mad as hell.
Horrific. Alright, well, that's the end of the shooting, so if that's the end of the phase, you can move that guy now.
Alright, so in that case...
I might change the decision making on what I want to do.
And he gets to go 2, so...
Squish.
Do I really want to move him up 2? Sure, why not? Yeah, there we go. He's moved up 2.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to do some charges and see what we can do now.
Right.
So, Vestigors in the centre here.
Alright, leading from the middle. Love it.
So I believe that's going to be 8. Looks like an 8 to connect.
Alright,
okay.
so
we'll
measure these up. These guys need a 7-inch charge.
No.
No.
I am not going to CP it. So I will
you don't want to drain your CP?
I will stand my ground.
Okay. Right. So these guys will need an 8.
Oh no. Oof. Mood. Alright, we'll get this 10-man Vestigor group into the...
Okay, so they're going to need a 6.
Rogue Idol. Rock Idol.
And they just get it.
Okay, so we'll do the pile in, and we'll go to combat.
Alright, are you going to do your Shamany dude?
Oh, he ran, so...
Oh, okay, he doesn't get that?
No.
Okay. Alright, so, yep, we'll get these guys in. And something's happening in the combat phase. It's always a good phase. Alright, so we've charged in, we've done a pile in, He's gotten quite a few of them in around the base of Rocky. We are well outside of piling range here on the Black Orcs though, the Yard Boys, sorry. Oh, your inch has fallen over, sorry. So we've only engaged just the big fella in on the combat. So you get to pick first.
Consult with the table for the attack profile.
Yep.
So we're getting 2 attacks normally, adding 1 for a charge.
Okay.
You're not order, so we are not adding 1. We're not re-rolling 1 on a hit.
Yeah, we're really sort of the opposite of order here.
Yeah. Except add 1 to the attack characteristic. So we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 15 attacks plus 1 for the leader.
Yep.
So 16 attacks at 4 up, 3 up.
Ooh.
Minus 1 rend, 1 damage.
Wow.
So 16 attacks will go to the. 4 ups.
Ooh. Oh, actually, that's
not too bad.
It's probably actually a little bit below average. All right.
All right, 3 ups, no exploding 6s.
Okay,
there we go.
That's
that
better.
many saves.
All right, so he's got a 4-up save. Any rend?
1 rend.
1 rend. Okay, so he's got a 5-up save, and assuming something goes through, it'll be a 5-up shrug after that. Okay. He's
pretty good.
really not wanting to get hurt by that, and so 5-up shrugs. So 1 wound goes through. So I'll pop that on. So we've taken a wound on him. I'm going to obviously attack back with him. We can't turn the around because then he just sort of falls over. But so he's going to put all of his attacks into the Gauls. Is they Gauls?
Bestie Gauls.
Bestie Gauls, of course they are. So first off, he's going to have 3 attacks with his fists. 2 attacks with his boulder fists. They hit on 3s, and because he's not bracketed, they will wound on 2s. So hitting on 3s, 1 goes through, wounding on a 2. Okay, so negative 2 rend.
Okay, so 4 up to a 6 up.
Okay. Oh, nice, because that would have been d6 damage. And
no, 6 up.
Oh, wow.
You did go through. So
oh, sorry, dude.
6d6.
Okay, so d6, 3. Okay. And he will have 2d6 attacks of his stomping feet. And so that's 6 attacks. And they will be on 3s and 3s. Ooh, that's a bit below. So 3 and 3s, and that's made it up. So 3 hits at negative 2 rend.
Okay, so 4 ups to 6 ups. 6 ups again.
And they're 2 damage each.
So 6 more go goodbye.
Alright.
Yikes. So all but the leader.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I almost want to apologise for that.
No, you don't.
Alright, that amusingly will make the end of the combat phase. Because we've got nothing else in combat. So, but yes.
So this is going to be an interesting question for me, because do I want to use the CP to keep the one guy in and try to tie up a rogue idol?
So just so you know, he doesn't get bonuses for charges.
Yep.
Oh, actually, hang on. At the end of the combat phase, roll a dice for each enemy unit within 3 inches of the model. On a 4+, that will suffer 1 mortal wound. So that might actually answer your question.
Okay, let's do it.
So on a 4+, it does. So
There is
1
no
mortal
question.
wound. There is no question. That's still want to apologise for that. Yeah, that deletion.
Oh, well, it happens.
Okay, Rogue Idol seems to be better than I thought he was going to be. That makes the end of the turn, so that means that we look at objectives, and you outnumber me here on the important one.
Yep, so how many models are within 6?
I've got maximum of 4, so you are in.
Yep, so...
over here, you will have 10, and I will...
You
will
should
not...
have
No, it's only the
front row?
No, it's the sort of the front 2 rows at best. So
I've got 11 guys here.
yeah, so even just the front row, that 10 plus him, but sort of not. So I'm going to say that you've got that one. And over here, now we've sort of said it's going to be about 5 inches from the base.
I've got 3 models.
And I've sort of looking at it, I've actually got 4 on this one.
Okay.
So you grab the important one, which gives you 2 points, plus that one, which gives you another point. I've only got this guy over here, which gives me 1 point. However, I did also do more so damage, so that gives me 2 points. So we're actually, at the end of that, both on 3. So, roll off for next turn. So, I went first, so I will be breaking ties. With a 4, you get a 6. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
After heavy deliberation, I think I'll go first.
Right, okay. Downhill it is.
Alright. Beasts, round 2.
Beasts, round 2. So what's your plan for the beasts?
So first, do we need to determine which objective will be important this round?
Oh, yes we do. Yes we do. So you want to roll the D3? 1, 2, 3. We get a 3, so it's this guy over here. It's flipped the end. Right.
Okay. Let's see what we can do with that.
Alright,
Okay.
so what's your plan?
So I think more or less I'm going to try to just bite and hold on that objective and not try not to worry about engaging the Maw Crusher. I've heard of a reputation he can block things.
He does like to get in.
Besides from that, I think I've got functionally 3 command points and 3 bestial core points, so I could be doing shenanigans with monsters this turn as reinforcements. So
Okay.
we'll see what we can do. So we'll get 1 command point going up to 4. We will get 1 command bestial core point. The knowing eye is going to check with the shaman, so on the 4 up we gain 1 command point.
And we do.
So 5 command points. On
It's like playing the Gloomspite Gits.
sacrifices, so shaman's going to sacrifice some gauze.
Yep.
2 of them.
2.
So I'm going to be going up to 6 bestial core points.
And how many points does it start getting scary at?
A unit of 10 bestigors is 6 points.
Okay.
So
effectively, you could just drop back.
I could drop another 10-man unit of bestigors within 6 inches of any of the board edges and start doing ambushes all around the table edge.
Nice.
So I think we'll see what we can do with functionally 11 bestial command points right now.
Okay.
I can convert the command points to bestial core points with the booming raw command ability from the All Herd Allegiance.
Yep.
So we're going to do some spells now. So
Do you have to do anything at the start of your phase, or are you good?
Bestial Call or Booming Roar can be done. Just has to be done in the hero phase. So I'll do the spells first and see what we can do. So Vicious Strangleforms. I have moved to Shaman up this time. So casting value of 7. That's an 8.
On an 8.
So I presume you're going to unbind that.
Yeah, I'm going to try to unbind that again because I don't like that. And I do it with an 11.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Is there any benefits on such a high unbind?
No.
Okay.
No.
Boo.
Yeah, that's, I think, undead shenanigans and some of the cinch stuff as well.
What's the wounds on your Gall Grunters?
Oh, they got 5 each. So they're sort of hanging around you. Oh, dude, you are so in.
No, I was checking 12 inches on my Shaman for spells.
Oh, okay, yep.
I was tempted to use Tendrils of Atrophy to reduce their save results by 1.
Okay.
Seems good with a multi-wound model like that.
Yeah, so they got 5 wounds, 4 plus save.
Yep.
And they're red because they go faster.
So what I might do is cast Storm. This is one of the realm spells.
Mm-hmm.
So casting value of 6. So this is basically going to be putting a bundle of thorns on the field by the looks of it.
Yep.
So
Getting it on a 7.
So
Who's casting it?
Single Shaman here.
Okay, now it looks like he is out of dispel range, but with the Citadel Woods, flying units are actually visible. So I will try to dispel that.
So let's get
And yeah, I do not, so.
Okay, so successfully cast, pick a point on the battlefield within 18 inches of the caster. Until your next hero phase, any units that finish a move within 3 inches of that point suffer D3 mortal wounds.
Oh.
So we need to just use something to represent that. I'm going to use this D8.
Mm-hmm.
And within...
18?
Yeah, so I'm going to... Dook. So,
Really? Really? Right there. You're just saying hi, are you?
I might as well get the deterrent.
Oh yeah, no, it's...
The light deterrent.
It's yeah.
Okay.
It feels
so
very caltroppy.
more or less. Brighter falls. Alright. So we're going to move him now. So Zengor's here are going to run. So 6 plus...
Oh,
6.
wow.
Oh no.
And of course these guys can run and charge, can't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, good. Hi.
Squawk.
Yeah, that's just getting dangerously close, isn't it?
Yep. Other Zengors are going to stand their ground and try to hold their objective.
You don't want to get into fisticuffs?
I'm okay for now.
You sure?
I'm okay for now.
I've got a certain dude here that's going to be...
Skyfires are going to move into cover.
Okay. You're just going to stand and shoot with them, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Dirty beast of chaos.
Shaman's going to move... Actually, needs to be within 12.
Yep.
Move it a little bit there and still be wholly within 12 to give them the shooting buff.
Yep.
These... We'll move the Warclans as well, so we're going to run them. No. Are we? No, that's a silly idea. We'll walk them 7.
They walk 7?
Yeah.
Wow. Right. And so we'll just make sure that you're outside of 3. Yeah, that's plenty of space.
So it's going to be a bit clustered here.
Say, yeah, you can get 2 in there like
It's going to
that.
be a bit clustered here. The Doom Ball's going to move as well.
Run up the back.
Besticles are going to make a maneuver. Just going to pivot around this way. This, I suppose it doesn't matter if it's a declared charge or not, but we'll just say it's a walk since it's 7.
Yeah.
Beast Lord's also going to move up. Okay, we'll go to shooting again.
Okay.
So we will try to shoot the Maw Crusher again.
Mm-hmm.
Just refer to the table again.
So let's try to avoid those 6s.
So AB Arc again is shooting on 4-ups. He's getting +1 for the leader and +1 for the shaman in the group to a 2-up, 3-up shot. 4-ups, 3-ups go down to 3-ups for the shaman again. So 2 on the green, 3 on the reds. Reroll that.
Yep. And luckily no 6s.
Yep, so 3 ups to wound. Okay, so
2.
2 saves.
Alright, so 3 up save with the amulet and make both.
Cool.
Okay, that worked better than last time.
Okay.
Any more shooting?
One that I can see. I think we're just going to go through the charges and see what we can do.
Alright.
So group of Zangors there.
Yep.
I believe that looks like a 5 initially.
Oh, dude, yeah, I think it's like a 4 tops. Oh no, it's a 5. Yeah, I'll go 5.
Yeah, that's a 5. Alright.
Where would you like him?
Where would I like him? I think I'm going to just wrap around
Okay.
the Gore Grunters and see what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Just get the old tape measure.
Alright, so
Come back
they've wrapped in around.
So that's that charge.
Yep.
We'll do the all gauze now.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like a 5 as well, potentially.
I reckon that one's a 4 again.
A 4?
Yeah, that's a 4.
Alright, let's see what we can do.
Pretty sure you can't fail this.
Almost.
You've come close with a 4 though.
Almost. Do I feel like CPing that only to attempt getting further in with my... I think I will. I'm going to use the CP. This might be questionable. Down to 4.
Yep.
Re-rolling. 6. Okay, that's better.
Yep. So you'll probably get 4 in, will you?
Yep. So I'll move them furthest away.
Yep.
First. If only just to get the other guys in sooner.
Yep.
Okay, that can work.
Yep.
Alright, so...
And you want to do these guys, or are you happy with those?
That's a very good question. I will for fun. Let's do it.
Alright, let's see what you get.
Beast Lord's going to go in.
Okay, yep. 7?
7. That should connect.
Well, he'll definitely connect with Rocky. But
What if I don't want him in?
you don't want him?
Nah.
You sure?
Okay, Dominator. My general trait can come in now.
Ooh, what's that do?
So, I'll just get the exact phrasing for it. You can reroll charge rolls for charge rolls made by any friendly all herd units wholly within 18 inches of this general, if this general is within 3 inches of an enemy.
Okay.
So my bestigors are functionally getting rerolling charges right now.
Yep.
I presume that only checks if the charge fails, so if I get shorter than what I want, I'll have to stick with it.
It's an 8, so you are in.
So what I might do is put a...
Get them in and... Okay, so we finished that charge. He is definitely staying away from the Maw Crusher, but he's in on the Ardboys. Once again, we're making sure that he's stayed out of range of the Rogue Idol. And what are you doing?
So in terms of combat, I think... If that is the important objective, I think I want to guarantee... No, do I?
Oh, decisions.
I'll do them first.
Okay.
See what we can do.
Yep.
So,
Chris is...
So I'm using my Doomball's command ability, Slaughterer's Call,
Yep.
to add 1 to the wound rolls for a Warhood unit wholly within 12.
That's those guys.
That is, so picking that. This is a command ability used at the start of the combat phase, so we're going to pile them in, and...
Is that a CP ability?
It is, so we'll subtract that down to 3 CP.
Alright, and at the start of the combat phase, I will use his Killer Beat on an enemy unit within 12, and on a 4+, I'm going to have +1 to hit on those guys.
Ooh, spicy.
Alright, so 4+, I do not get it. Okay, they're scared of the bulls. Alright.
So I'm going to wrap around, that's the leader. So that looks like 4 guys in.
Yep.
Okay, so the leader's in.
So this is Big Ouchie time.
Yep.
So these are the guys that spike, don't they?
What do
They're
you mean by
either,
spike?
as in that their damage is either obscene or it's whiffy.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the horns and claws first. So we've got 2 attacks each model in range, which is 4 of the 6. Yep. So 8 attacks. 4 ups, 4 ups to hit and to wound respectively.
Yep.
We get the +1 to wound for Slaughterer's Call, so 4 ups to hit, 3 ups to wound.
Yep.
6s on the wound, deal 1 mortal wound in addition to.
Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, not bad.
Not bad at all.
Can't complain on the 4s.
Yep.
This is going to be
3s and 6s do nasty, so...
Yep. So 1 mortal wound.
Yep.
And no rend 1 damage. So
Alright, so they've got a 4-up save, which they failed both of, and so it'll be 4...
Did you do 2 rolls, just 2 save rolls?
Yeah.
Because there's 4 hits.
Oh, right, okay, so the other 2. So I pass 1, I fail 3. So is that 3 plus the mortal wound?
Yeah.
Okay. So 3 plus a mortal wound. Pretty sure these guys have got 3 each.
That's very stocky.
Yep, 3 each.
Very stocky.
Yeah, they're not bad. So I'm going to take this fella off, and I am going to put a wound onto this fella over here.
Yep.
Alright, so in my turn...
Oh, I'm still...
Oh, you're still going?
Great axes now. That was the horns and claws.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, I thought I got away with that.
This is the entree. This is the main
Okay.
course. So 2 attacks each. I get +1 to the attack characteristic for the blood kind, which is the leader.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have 9 attacks at 4 up, 3 up, going to 2 up.
Ooh. Yeah,
that's alright.
That's about average.
That's just slightly above.
Yep.
So we're looking at 2 ups to wounds, 6s deal 1 mortal wound in addition to.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay.
Mood. Okay, so 1 mortal wound, and you have 2 saves at 2 rend.
Okay, so 6s to save. Do not
So
save.
3 damage each, so I just did 7 more wounds in total.
Alright, so I'm going to do 7 more wounds, so 2 there. That leaves me 5, so I'll take this dude out, that's 5, and I shall put 2 wounds onto... put it onto Biffa there. Alright, so that was a little bit hurty. I'm going to flick over, now I'm trying to work out, do I go with the Gore Grunters to try to salvage some of their damage that they're about to take, or do I go with the Ard Boys? Decisions. Alright, so I've been tossing up whether to go with these guys or to go with these guys. Both the units can do a fair bit of damage. I'm going to see if I can get the Ard Boys to do a bit of cleaning of house over here, and hope that there's enough wounds over here with these guys to just soak up what they're about to cop. So I'm going to pile in with these guys and see what I can do. Alright, so I've piled in the Ard Boys. There's... what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that can get into 1-inch range. Now they've got 2 attacks each, and there's a boss in there that will get 2 attacks. So that'll be 18, 19 attacks on 3s and 3s, but they did get buffed before, which is still going, so they're actually going to be 2 damage instead of the normal 1, and they are going... Okay, so we're going to have 19 attacks. Actually, I'm going to do what I can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, including the boss, is going to go into your boss. Mm-hmm. So that'll be those... what have we got there? 1, 2, 4. Right, so those guys will be into your boss, and I'll do the other Ard Boys first. So 3s and 3s. That.
Good.
Yeah, 3s to wound. They're pretty angry. So you got 5 there, 1 rend.
Yep, so this is on the Beast Lord?
Yep. No, sorry, this is on the normal guys.
Best lords. Yep, so 4 up saves go into 5 ups.
Yep. Nice.
Mm.
And
Okay,
you get
so
a
3
shrug.
die.
Do you have a shrug at all?
I do not.
Oh, okay. All right, and I'm going to roll now for your boss, who's in there. Same stats. So, ooh, that was a good roll. And 3s to wound. Oh, that was a whiff. So 2 with 1 rend.
Okay, so 4 up to a 5 up.
Nice.
Makes both.
Good job.
Laugh, sing, go.
Yeah. So, and back to you.
Alright. Zangors are an absolute chaos of math.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to... I used to roll all the attacks with Savage Blades and Beaks.
Mm-hmm.
Greens are getting a +1 to hit.
Yep.
So we'll do all of the blades first.
And this is all into...
The Gore Grunters.
The Gore Grunters, okay, yep.
So we'll see what value we can get out of this lot.
Alright, so hitting on...
So 4s.
Hitting on 4s.
no reroll methodology, so we'll get rid of everything that isn't.
That sort of looks bad, but it's probably about mathing.
Yeah.
Got a couple more 3s there. Yeah, that's ballpark mathing.
Okay, so 4 ups to wound. Yeah, that's not too bad. So that many saves.
All right. Any rend?
No rend.
All right. So 4 up saves. Make 4, fail 3. So yep, 3.
And then we've got the beaks. So greens are 3 ups, reds are 4 ups.
Yep. Ooh.
That's
wow.
not too bad.
That's not bad at all.
So,
Yeah, the beaks are angry. Yeah.
So 5 ups to wounds are going to be the struggle.
Oh, okay.
part.
Yep.
I see 3.
3. Yep. All right. So 3 saves.
Yep.
Any rend?
No.
All right. So 4 ups again. 1 more goes in. There we go.
We didn't even kill one.
You didn't kill 1.
Okay.
But you did come close. So over here, I'll chuck. I'll chuck it on this guy. And back to me. Let me work out what I can do. So when Chris piled in, he did engage the Maw Crusher, which he's probably now regretting. However, there's no way that I can pile him in to get all of his attacks in because of the Gore Grunter. And if I pile these guys in first, Chris is very, very wisely going to obviously take away casualties. So what I'm going to do is basically pile in with the Maw Crusher and just sort of go bloop, 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 like that, which will get me to within 2 inches on here. So that is in, so he will get some attacks. Just not all of them, so we'll see. Alright, so the Maw Crusher is going to attack into the, what are they called again?
Zangors.
Zangors. He's got 8 attacks with 2-inch range. That's his boss Gore Hacker. They're going to hit on 3s and 3s. They've got a rend, and they're going to do 2 damage each if they go through.
So they're 2 wings each, so it's 1 model.
Yep, alright, so 3s and 3s. Knock off those 2. He's pretty angry. Let's see, 3s. Still pretty angry, so you've got 5 there at 1 rend.
Okay, so 5 ups to 6 ups.
Yep. Okay, that's a save, that's good.
Yep, and then I get the Arcanite
Shrug.
Shields.
Yep.
So this is going to be a 6 up to ignore wounds.
Oh, nice.
So I ignore 1, so I'm going to lose 1, 2, 3 guys. And 1 guy's going to go down to 1 wound.
Alright. And the wound is going to go there, yep. Alright, so back to you.
Alright, let's do the Vestigors.
The Vestigors.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I suppose it doesn't really matter what order I do them in here. Hey, I'll do the Beast Lord and see if I can kill him. I might be able to use the command ability as well.
Yep.
Oh, do you have any other? No, yes you do. You still have the Gore Grunters.
I've still got the Gore Grunters. I've still got the War Chanter over here.
Yep.
I did block the War Chanter. I thought about it, but I did move in the Ard Boys to block that off, so I can't get him in, even though he was in range initially. So yeah, I've got the Gore Grunters and the War Chanter.
Yep.
So.
Okay, so we've got 6 attacks on 3 up to hit, 3 up to wound.
Oh, this is your Chieftain?
Yep, this is Beast Lord. Rerolling 1s on the hit with these dual axes.
Cool.
And he is also going to be getting a good chunk of rend thanks to his Allegiance artifact.
Oh.
Just confirm the name of it and the wording of it. With his Allegiance artifact, it improves the rend characteristic of this of a weapon by 1 for attacks that target a unit of 10 or more models. So functionally, with 1 rend from the hero and 1 rend from the Blade of the Desecrator, we're looking at 2 rend in total. So we'll do these attacks now.
So hitting on
3 ups.
3 ups.
Rerolling 1s.
Ooh, getting some value from that reroll.
No.
No, you're not. Sorry.
No, I'm not. Alright, 3 ups to wound.
Dropped, never count. Oh!
Oh.
Oh, he's scared.
2s all around.
Wow.
Back to you.
That's a lot of whipstick there. So...
Gorgrunters.
Yeah, look, I feel at the moment it's... I can't do anything here. So it's either the War Chanter or the Gorgrunters. And I might just do the Gorgrunters just for shits and giggles.
Have you used the brutes yet?
Have I used the what, sorry?
The brutes.
No, I haven't. But they're safe.
Yes.
Because like, there's nothing there that can hit them.
Yep.
So they're still there. I think I will do these guys first.
Yep.
Alright, so with the Gorgrunters, I don't really need to pile them in. I just sort of bumped him up ever so slightly, but they're all effectively within range. Now they've got 3 attacks on 3s and 3s, which... how good are 3s and 3s, Chris?
Oh, not too bad.
Not too bad?
Not good for me, but I'm sure it'll be great for you.
Now, look, these guys are really, really good on charges. I didn't get a charge in, but 3 attacks each that are sort of 3s and 3s with a rend and maybe a damage, and 4 attacks each with the tusks and hooves, which are going to be on 4s and 4s. So let's see what we can do. That's
What does the leader give for benefits in the attack?
I don't think he does. Unless I've missed it, I don't think he does anything special. Sorry. He gets 1 extra attack with his jagged gore hacker or pig chopper. So 1 extra attack, thank you.
No worries.
Alright, so 3s and 3s.
That's good.
That's how you roll 3s and 3s.
Any benefits on the 6s?
No. They're like, the Orcs army is really simple at the moment, so that's evened a bit of it out. So 6 on 1 rend.
Yep, so 5 ups saves to 6 ups.
Yep. No, it looks good, but it's only 1 save. Alright, so...
How much damage each?
Pretty sure they're only 1. Yep, okay. The 1 damage.
So Arcanite Shields on a 6 up.
Yep, so another...
2 more die.
Yep. No, they're only 1 damage each.
Yeah, so 4 saves.
Oh, okay, yep. Alright, and now the hooves. So I've got 4, 8, 12, and these are on 4s and 4s. They do 1 damage and there's no rend. If they had charged, they would be doing 2 damage each. Ooh, that's not so good. So 4s and 4s. Yep. And... Oh, wow.
2
Yeah.
So 2 5
A lot
ups.
turns into a little.
2 5 up saves.
Hey, nice.
Alright, the boars didn't do much.
Okay, no. Well, you know, they're chipping away. They're chipping away.
Okay, so we'll go back to my best balls, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
So, by the looks of the piling, this is going to be a weird one. So I'll get this guy in with it. I'm going to power game this a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to figure out who's the closest one for the banner bearer. I don't think I'll be able to get him in, unfortunately. So, give it a round.
Yeah, that looks good.
So I'm going to get...
You're going to get all of them in.
Not the banner bearer.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
get 6 of them in.
Okay,
They're
yep.
still charged. So
Yep.
6 times 3 is going to be
18.
18 attacks.
Anything for
And-
the boss?
Yep, 1 extra attack, so 19.
Okay, nice.
And then I'll just confirm the weapon profile because I get benefits for attacking units with 10 or more models.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by this unit that target enemy units with 10 or more models.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at 19 attacks, 3 up, 1
Mhm.
rend, 1 damage.
Wow. That's quite good.
Yeah, so we'll see what we can do with that. 9,
10.
14, 19.
Alright.
Alright, let's see what we can do. 3 up to hit. That's actually pretty good.
It's one of those ones that doesn't look as good as it actually is.
4 up. 3 ups to wound.
Ugh. A bit of that evened out, but yeah, that's still not bad.
So that many saves with 1 rend.
Yep.
And 1 damage.
3?
Yep, 3 ups to wound.
Oh, okay, wow. Oh, okay. So 1 rend. So 4s go to 5s.
There we go. That's the money.
However, they will get a shrug due to some shields. Let me just check that. So I've had a quick look. I've only got 1 dude with an actual shield, even though I'm supposed to have 2 in every 5. And I actually don't want to remove that model, so I'm just going to cop it as is. So 4 of them will go down. So I'll take them down from the back. You don't look like you're in range of anything, and I'll take out you as well. So 4 models out. All right, that puts it back to me. That was the last of it.
Yep, and then you've got the brutes and war.
Okay, so we're going to pile in with the war chanter. Have you got anything left, by the way, or is it just me now?
That is it. It's all you now.
Okay, so the war chanter over here is going to pile in, and he's going to get in there and, he's do his thing. So he gets 6 attacks with his beating sticks. So they're gore stick and more stick. They attack with a...
Sorry, what's the name of that weapon?
So they've got the gore stick and the more stick.
Okay.
Sorry, gork stick and mork stick, my bad.
I love it. Okay.
So they're hitting on 4s, but 6s will explode into 2 hits, which I'll have to roll for individually. 1 6, so I missed with those. I'll put 1 back in for the 6, and they are wounding on 3s. So, less than maths. So no rend, and 1 damage each on those.
Okay, so 5 up saves. None. So 2. I'll allocate 2 wounds onto this model. Down to 2.
All right, and I will pile these guys in and see what we can. All right, so with the boys piled in, they actually all get in. We've got the boss, who is Smasher over here. He's going to have 3 attacks, 3s and 3s. The Gore Choppers, which is Biffa and Kicker. Biffa and Kicker. They've got 3 attacks each on 4s and 3s. Both those have a rend and 2 damage, but we've still got the bonus from the War Chanter, so they're actually all 3 damage. And the rest of them are actually hitting on 3s and 3s with a rend and 1 damage going to 2 damage. So they're all going into the Minotaurs here. So the Boss Choppers, 3s and 3s. 1 of that, 3s to wound. No, okay, so 1 with a rend.
Yep, 6 up.
No, and that's 3 damage.
3. Ugh. Squad.
Yep. And we've got some Gore Choppers, so these are the 2-handed guys, so 4s. 3s to wound again. Oh, yep. So 3 at -1 rend.
6 up saves again.
And these are 3 damage again.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yep.
So that is...
adding up slowly. And we've got the remaining boys there with 3 attacks each on 3s and 3s, which I'm going to roll. And, oh, those guys not nearly as good. 3s to wound. 4 of them at 1 rend.
4 or 3?
Whatever was left, so 3.
So rend?
Rend of 1.
6 up.
And they're 2 damage each.
Ooh. All but the leader.
Okay, wow.
Good work.
Yeah, these guys are really the sort of the bread and butter crunchers. They're so reliable. All right, so that gives us into Battle Shock.
Yep.
All right, and I've just realised on the brutes, I rarely get to hit things that are 4 or more wounds, but I did forget Duff Up the Big Things, which would have added 1 to all of those attack rolls.
Okay.
I know, right? That would have been really good. And we'll remember it for next time, for next round. Alright, so with Battle Shock, I've lost 3. I've got a Bravery by default of 6, but the Rogue Idol gives me +1, so gives me 7. So on a 5 or a 6, I'm going to lose somebody, and I'm not going to CP anything here. So they're fine.
Yep.
I've got the same over here. So these boys have got 6 bravery, going to 7 because of the idol, going to 8 because of numbers, because they still got 11 there. So I'm going to roll it again, and on a 5 or a 6, I'm going to lose some. Nope, they're fine. Chris is going to have to roll some dice over here.
Zangor is going to be losing D6 models exactly.
Yep. Re-roll that. Come on, that's okay. That's 4. Yeah, I just take off the wounded guy too. Yep. Okay, so that hurt.
And I'm going to CP the Vestigors.
Yep. And this guy, how is
D6 -1, so on a 1 I'm okay.
Oh, stays. Nice. All right. So at the end of the round then, you still control that point.
I do. You will control that one.
I will control this guy, and I will control this guy, and we'll work out. Okay, so it's start of turn 2 for the Orcs. The Zangors have copped a bit of a pounding over here. It's looking better on that note. The Mega Boss did actually kill stuff, so he goes up to 16 wounds, wherever that is. So he gets an extra wound because he killed someone. And that also means that his attacks go up by 1. So I'm just going to pop that there. He still has taken 5 wounds. Now I can knock off that Mystic Shield. I can take off the damage from these guys and these guys, but in the hero phase, these guys are going to do exactly the same thing. So give that damage back to these guys, and he will give that damage back to these guys. Now, in the hero phase, I will also try with him to do my fixing beat, which is a lovely song on a 4-up. Nope, I'm not going to because I didn't take that one, got the wrong one. Okay, well, that's easy, I've got nothing to heal with. Okay. So, in my spell phase, with him, I will try to give him another Mystic Shield. So it'll go off on a 5. He gets that on a 10. Do you want to try and block a 10?
Yeah. I'll block it with the...
He will have another spell.
Yep, I've got
and that is just a Mystic Shield.
Yep, and I've still got 2.
Oh, okay.
So I might as well attempt both. So I need
cool.
11.
Yep.
So I'm doing it on the show.
Oh,
9.
close. That's 9. All right, and for his other spell, I'm actually going to try and cast the Pendulum. So that, I think, goes off on a 6. Let's see what we roll. Well, he gets a 6, so I better check it. So we've just checked it. It is a casting value of 6, but I've also got a +1 from the Rogue Idol. So I've actually cast it on a 7. So to dispel it, Chris needs to roll an 8 or higher.
That's a 6.
That's a 6, so that's going to go through. So I'm going to set this bad boy up. And after a fair bit of measuring and working out, we've set the pendulum up. We've faced it over here, and then we're going to basically get to move it straight away. And in theory, it does actually nothing. That's the 8 inches that it can get to move, but it's a threat for next turn, and it was really the best I could do. I could have possibly used it to hit these guys, but I reckon that the boys should be able to look after them reasonably well. So yeah. All right, okay. So I did take the wrong spell. I got the get 'em beat with this fella rather than the healing one, but that's actually going to be interesting because that might... no, it's not, because he's already in combat. Doesn't matter. All right, so last thing I'm going to do is, with the Mega Boss, use his once per turn freebie of Mighty Destroyers, and he is going to pile in, and then he's going to attack. So I am going to pile him in about as much as I can. That will get him to within an inch of this fella, which is going to feel... Is he within 3 now?
Sure, looks like it.
Oh, he probably is. I don't want him to be within 3. Oh, damn it. No, so I'll move him back out of 3 inches of those guys. And I won't get all of my attacks in. but I'll get the 2-inch ones because... Oh! That is an inch.
Cool.
So that is outside of 3 there, and that is on 3 there. Sorry, on 1 there. So, yeah, it's going to be a really bad time for that one fella. So, let's see. I've also forgotten to give myself a CP, so I'll take a CP, and I will roll for the Wargog Prophet on a 4+. I will take another CP, and I actually got it this time. So I'm on to 3 CP. Feeling good about that. And going back to my attacks with the Mega Boss. So we've now got, because he's hit somebody, he's gone up to 9 attacks on 3s and 3s with his sword. So it's a bit underwhelming, but it's probably going to be enough. So 3 have gone through their 1 run from memory.
Sure. 6 up safe.
Yep. And
how much damage?
They are 2 damage each.
Okay.
So we're going to need an awful lot of 6s.
4, 6. Oh, 2 6s technically.
Yep.
2 wounds.
We didn't get them, so that duder is off the table.
Yeah.
Which is good, because that means that I'll be then freed up for the rest of my phase from both of those. So, in that phase, he will then use his Get 'em Beat on a 4+. I can charge it on him, and he gets it, so he can now charge up to 18 inches with rolling 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the movement phase, I will... What will I do? These guys are in combat, but he is not. Now, I am a little bit scaredy of the Doom Bull, because I know what the Doom Bull can do.
He looks more dangerous than what he can do.
Yeah, look, he's not exactly a pushover either. Right, so I've done some thinking and some pre-measuring. The move phase is going to be pretty simple. The War Chanter's going to basically pile himself over to here, but he's got to stay 3 inches away from that murder in there, which I actually missed when I was so I'm not going to be able to move him in there. He'll have to go there. It's only moving him, it's about 3 away. A little bit further. My Gore Grunters, I am going to casually roll up, and they're going to go to here, which is within their 9-inch move. He gets his wounds back. Why is that there? He was down to 1, wasn't he?
That's correct.
Yeah, so he should be on 4. He is not going to move because he's just going to do his shooty thing from there and then charge. These guys aren't going to move. Now, Chuckles up here is the Rogue Idol, has still on his top bracket, so he gets a 2d6 move. So he will get to move a whopping 5. But 5 will be sort of where I need him to go. Oh, do I try and... No, he's not going to be in range there. Alright, I will try to get him into range here, so I'll chug him along, and that probably puts him within a 3-inch charge of the Doom Bull there. This fellow we will just move up a bit. These guys are in combat, everybody else is done. So, in the shooting phase, I do actually have 1 ranged attack, that's with the Mega Boss. It is the Innard Busting Bellow, so you get D6 attacks, which is 6. Okay, he's a little bit angry at the moment. And they will be hitting on 2s and wounding on 3s, and that's actually got an 8-inch range. Can I? Oh, just in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna get the look at her as well. With the angles.
Yep, that's true. Yep. No, they're out of range. Okay, so we'll do it on the boss. So that's 6 attacks. 2's going to 3s for lookout, sir.
Yep.
And then wounding on... Oh, wow. Ooh. That's a bit of a whiff. That's all right. Wounding on 3s. So 2. And that is 1 rend and 1 damage.
Okay, so 5 up to a 6 up save.
Yep. Nice.
So 1 damage.
Yep. And you get a shrug?
Not for the sharp.
Okay.
Down to 5.
Down to 5. That's alright. So then it is charge time. I will charge the Mega Boss first. Now he got his prayer, so he gets 3d6 of charge and 13. That's a lot. After a little bit of shuffling around, we actually managed to fly the Maw Crusher from over here up to there with his 13-inch charge. He will about to do his bulk attack. So destructive bulk at his bracket. It will be 7 dice, and for each 5 plus, that will be 1 mortal wound. So let's get 7 dice, and let's see how fat he is. Yeah, he's not very fat. One went through, so he got 1 mortal wound on those dudes. And a shrug.
Yep. No shrug.
No shrug.
No shrug.
All right. My next charge, I will charge these fellas. And that's a 9, so that will get me into where I was hoping for. Yeah, absolutely. So I will tag both, unfortunately, but it is a start. So I can get him into there, and get him into there as well, and this guy will come in like so. All right. I am going to charge with the Rogue Idol. That's a 7.
Yep.
So that will get me into here. No, that's fair. I'll turn him around.
Flat position.
Yep, so that looks right. Doombull is looking a little bit surprised, a little bit worried. Do I want to chuck my War Chanter in? No, I don't.
War Chanter here?
War Chanter here, he's feeling good. Let's see what I get. Oh!
Where would you like to land?
I don't even know.
You could go for those angles there.
I could go for the Zangors there, but that's going to then leave him out of range here. So what I might do is... do I do it? Do I do it? No. You know what? Even though it's a boxcars. Do I want to move him that far up? No, I'll leave him there. I'll leave him to support the guys that are there. And I don't want to get him pipped off the table early. So that will be all of that. So we may as well go into combat. And I am going to go... I'm going to go with the brutes first. Hope to take out that, and then use some smashing and bashing to hopefully have another go. Okay, so I've chosen the brutes first. The boss will get 3 attacks. This time I'm going to try and remember that Duff Up the Big Things gives them a +1 to hit. So he's hitting on 2s, then going to 3, so missed 1 anyway. So 1 goes through at -1 rend.
6 up save.
No, and that will be 3 damage. The Gore Chopper fella, he has also 2s. No, actually that was 3s. Yep, so that's fine. 3s. 3s to wound, 2 wounds, 1 rend. Oops, sorry.
Oh, sorry. 6 up saves.
There, he saved 1, but the other one's 3 damage.
Oh well, that's just dead then.
That is just dead. And I will therefore use smashing and bashing to come over here and fight with the Mega Boss. So I've set the Mega Boss up. He's got 9 attacks with his hand weapon. They are hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s. So that's pretty angry. That's really angry. So you've got 5 there with -1 rend.
Okay, so just confirm the save. 5 up save to 6 up.
Mm-hmm.
How much damage?
That will be 2 damage each.
10.
Do you have a shrug?
I do not.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, that's silly. Hang on.
There is more coming.
Yeah, no worries. Well, I'll knock one off for 4, this one off for 3, and how much more damage? 3?
3 more.
Okay.
So it leaves another.
So it leaves 1 more on 3 wounds allocated.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now I did roll and got 2 attacks. Oh, sorry, that was the bellow. That's arranged. Okay, so on his bracket, he's got 7 attacks for the mighty fists, and these are 3s and 3s. 2 of those go away. 3s. So 4. And these guys are at -2 rend.
Oh, but I just don't get a save.
And so they're actually doing 2 damage, going to 3 because he is a meanin. So
okay, so is that the mount trait?
Yeah, it is.
So that is
12.
wounds. Okay. Got this one and 1 wound left.
Wow. Okay. That's nasty.
That is. So we're going to do blade attacks first. So
we managed to pile in 6 angles.
So swords are normally 4-ups to hit, 4-ups to wound.
Mm-hmm.
Green ones are getting +1s because they are paired savage blades from mutants.
Okay.
And or the twist spray.
Yep.
So we'll do this many attacks. I'll forget how many for 3-ups on greens, 4-ups on reds.
Oh, that's not great.
No reds.
Wow.
No reds connecting.
Do you get any rerolls?
No.
I'm going to apologise for these dice.
Oh well, it is what it is. 4-ups to wound. 2 saves. No rend, 1 damage.
Right, so they're 4-up saves. And I feel really bad right now.
Oh well, it is what it is. Beaks.
Okay, so that's not the end. This is my little trick of thinking, yep, it's all over, and it's not.
So 4-ups to hit on reds.
Yep.
3-ups to hit on greens.
Yep. That's better.
That's looking better. I'd love if the beaks kill more guys right now.
Yeah.
Oh, they will actually.
Yeah.
5-ups to wound.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. That's 4
saves. No rend.
So I've got 4-ups. I passed 2 and I failed 2.
So we kill 1.
So we kill 1. And we pass a wound over to that guy back there.
Good stuff. Alright, your combat.
Alright, I'm going to go with Rocky over here. So the Rogue Idol, he has 2 Boulder Fist attacks, and he's not bracketed, so he'll get 2d6 Stomping Feet. So I'm going to roll for those first, just to see how many we've got. He's going to get 10 Stomping Feet attacks.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty pretty scared about him right now. So we'll do his Boulder Fists first. So hitting on 3s, and because he's at the top bracket, wounding on 2s. So where can we roll those? All right, so 1 hit, 1 miss, wounding on a 4. Okay, so there's 2 rend on that.
Yep, so a 4-up save is going to
A 6-up. No, that'll
damage.
be a d6 damage.
Ooh.
For a 6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think you may have just completely clocked him. 8 wounds, so we're down to 2.
Alright, so we'll do the Stomping Feet now.
So that is 10 attacks, correct?
Yeah, I've got the dice here. 3s and 3s. So there's a couple of misses there. But a lot went through. And 3s.
That's not bad.
Look, yep. That's 4 at -2 rend.
Okay, so 4-ups to 6-ups. 2 damage?
Yeah, they're 2 damage each.
So 3 6s save him? No, he's down.
He's down. So we've just checked it, and Smashing and Bashing only works with Ironjaws units. So he doesn't get that, so it's over to Chris.
Alright, so I only have 1 target now, or 2 targets.
Well, you've still got the big fella there.
The shaman, that's true.
You've got your other...
I think I want to take the opportunity and try to get some value
Yep,
here.
that is definitely a value.
I'm going to try the Beast Lord.
One of those.
Do we have his dice here for a particular
Yep,
reason?
so that's his Mystic Shield.
No worries. Okay, I'm going to do the Beast Lord. So 6 attacks on 3-ups.
Yep, that's
Rerolling ones.
In the middle here, yep. He's pretty cranky.
So 2s again.
Look, that's pretty statistic.
3-up. Okay, so we are getting 1 rend from his axe passively, and then we're also getting 1 rend for every 10 models in the unit.
Yep, so he's up to 2. There's
artifact.
still 11 there, yep. So 2 rend.
So 1 damage, 2 rend.
Yep, so 4-ups go to 6-ups. I make 1 of them, so 3 wounds go through. So I will take out this wounded fella, and I'll take out that guy as well.
So for a bit of fun, I'm popping my command ability now as well.
Okay.
So Grizzly Trophy uses command ability in the combat phase if any attacks made by a friendly Beast Lord with this command ability result in an enemy model being slain in that phase. If you do so until the end of that phase, you can re-roll wound rolls for attacks made by friendly Breaker units wholly within 18 inches of the Beast Lord.
Nice.
So I'm getting re-rolling wounds
On these
should
guys.
be just those guys. If the Zangors were a bit further in, they would also be getting it.
What about this fella?
He is getting it as well.
Yeah, nice.
I'll double check for keywords, but I'm 90% certain all the Zangors have the Breaker. They do.
Alright.
So, re-rolling wounds, re-rolling wounds.
Alright. Well, I am going to pile in with these guys. And I'm going to pile him in there. I'm going to roll him around just to keep that cohesion there. I don't think I can really get anybody else in. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hard boys attacking. So piled in. I didn't really get too much more. I'm going to have these 2 attack your boss.
Beast Lord, yep.
Beast Lord, and everybody else will just attack the normal guys. So hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s with 1 rend and 1 damage, but going to 2 damage because of the war chanter that was there. So against your boss first, 3s and 3s. Not really doing much there. 3s. Okay, 1 goes through, 1 rend.
So 4 up to 5 up.
Yep. Nice. Okay. The rest into here. That's a lot of.
Wow.
Yeah. No, look. You know what? I'll take it. Yep. So 4 with 1 rend.
So 3 saves going to 4 up to 5 up. 4 saves, sorry.
Nice.
So 2 damage each.
2 damage each.
We'll get rid of everyone on this side. We'll keep the alpha in. Or leader of the unit.
Yep.
Okay. Next combat for myself. I've got either the Zangor Shaman or 3 Vestigors.
No, you've still got this guy as well. Yeah, look, granted, I don't think he's going to do an awful lot.
I'll do the Shaman.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Alright, so there's a couple of things he can do.
Yep.
Staff. Just double check if he's got any functions which could potentially be changing his attacks. No. Okay. So I'm going to do the Staff of Change. So 1 attack, 4 up, 3 up.
Yep, that's well. It's in.
3 up.
Hey!
So 1 rend D3 damage.
Alright, so they get a 4 up going to a 5 up save. Nope, D3. Okay, 1 damage, and that literally takes out that guy.
Wasn't he on?
Oh, he was on
wounds?
1. Yeah, he was
so
on
he's down
1.
to 3.
Yep, so he's taken 2.
Then we have Ritual Dagger for 2 attacks, 4 up, 4 ups.
No.
Then the Teeth and Horns from a Disc of Zinch, which is D3 attacks,
3 attacks.
4 up, 3 ups. 3 up to wound.
Nice. Rend.
1 rend, D3 damage.
Alright, so 4 up going to 5 up again. No.
So D3 damage. One more
Taking
damage.
1. So, taken 3 wounds now. Alright,
So I believe you have just the Gorgons now.
I do. Let me see what they can do.
So I presume they're both going to barrel for the Shaman.
Oh yeah, they're
Good stuff.
yeah. Okay, so hitting back with the Gore Grunters, they've got 3 attacks each with their Jagged Gore Hackers.
Is this one piling in?
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Just assumed that
Perfect.
get him in there.
Perfect. I love it.
All right, 3s and 3s with a rend, but because they charged, they will go. Oh no, that's the hoofs. Oh, actually, both going to 2 damage. So 3s and 3s. Okay, 2. 2 with a rend.
Okay, so 5 up to a 6-er.
Yep. Nice. So
damage.
1 goes through with 2 damage. You got a shrug?
No.
Okay.
Taking 3 wounds. 2. Going 2 free wounds, that is.
Yep. Now the hooves are 4s and 4s. Oh, I should have added 1 hit roll to it. Okay, so 3s and 4s. And I should have added an extra 2 hit because of the charge. Wounding on 4s. That's a really angry wound roll.
That is a really angry wound roll.
Alright, so that many, no rend.
Okay, 5 up save.
But they are 2 each.
Dead. He's
Okay.
taking 8 wounds.
Right.
Pop.
So that's good for the piggies, not good for the beasts of chaos. Have we got anyone left?
I've got my 3
Yep.
Vestigors and my lone Skyfire.
Yes.
So,
And I've got nothing else in.
okay, so
All right.
I'll do the Vestigors now. So
Sure.
They're going to be getting. I'll keep the pile in exactly as it is because the banner guy is going to break formation otherwise.
Oh, look, you can pile this guy in around and put
He'll
him.
break unit cohesion.
No, he'll be in the middle. You got to be within an inch. He's within an inch of both those guys, and he can get into there.
Can he?
Yeah, that's an inch. Easy. Oh.
Okay,
You know, he's on.
let's do it. Alright, 7 attacks. How many models are there now in the Hard Boys? It looks like
9.
9.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not getting the +1 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting 7 attacks on 4-ups, 3-ups.
Yep. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. 3 ups.
This is re-rolling wounds as well.
Nice.
So
Yep, angry.
5 saves, 1 rend.
Alright, so 4's going to 5s. Make
Kill
1.
2 more.
Kill 2 more. Alright, you're not in any useful place. Neither are you. You're Skyfire.
Yep, last Skyfire.
Mm-hmm. Aha!
Just like that.
He's a brave guy.
So we'll do the attacks. So we've got 2 bow staves.
Yep.
5 up, 5 up. Yep.
He's a little bit scared of that.
The beak. 1 attack, 4 up, 5 up. Yep.
Oh, he's really scared.
Disc of Zinch, D3 attacks.
2.
4 ups to hit.
Okay.
3 ups to wound. 1 rend, D3 damage.
Alright, so with an ethereal amulet, it's still a 3-up save, which he makes.
You make it. Okay, that's my combat done.
Alright, so
So, battle shock, I suppose.
we'll look at Battle Shock. I've got nothing here. I've got some boys here, but I will CP that quite happily. So that'll put me down to 2. Those guys lost 1, so
Yep.
they're fine.
What's that, bravery?
Their bravery is 7.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Skyfires have got bravery.
and they're also on inspiring terrain.
Yes. So Skyfires have got bravery 6 being up to 7 from the
Mhm.
terrain.
Yep,
So
they've lost
it's going to be
5.
D6 models minus 2. Just lost him.
Yeah. Look, in his shoes, I probably would have done the same.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a flying disc. I've got a big thing there. I'm going to do one of one things, really.
Just yeets out of there.
Yep.
Okay, and then I've got my Bestigors, which I'm honestly not too worried about running away.
Mm-hmm.
So bravery 6 going to -4, so D6 -2 models are running away.
Okay. It's 5.
Alright, so they're all disappearing. Oh, I just ate my words. So is there any battle shock on your end still?
No.
Like it?
No, that was it. Just the one. So we go to points.
You can take a photo or picture as well of all the dead things now.
Yeah. So you control this. I control the middle one and the important one. So, and I feel that I've really done a lot more in terms of damage.
You've done good. You've done good.
So you're going to get a point for that guy over there.
Yep.
Which will put you onto 4,
6.
6. I have gotten 1, 2, 3 plus 2, so that's 5. So that'll put me onto 8.
Yeah. Okay. 6 to 8 isn't actually.
No, it's not embarrassing.
Don't have a lot of board presence now.
I do feel things are going to go south really quickly from here, though.
If not already.
Yes.
Let's see what we can do.
Do we want to roll off for
Let's do it.
turns? Well, before we do it, let's find out which one's important. I'll roll. So 1, 2, 3. It's 1, so it's this guy over here.
Fascinating.
That's gonna. Oh, that's gonna maybe keep you in. It's certainly gonna go your way.
Now round 3, the stone's range is now 18 on the end as well.
Yep.
So it's hitting both big guys.
Mhm.
Okay, let's roll off. See who goes first round 3.
Okay. So.
I'm getting ties. Oh, reroll that.
Reroll that one. Yep.
Ooh.
That's not good.
Ooh.
I feel that it would be remiss if I didn't take the double turn here.
Yeah, just do it. do the execution, the swing.
Yeah. Do we want to play this out or do we want to call it here?
I want to play it out. I want to see
Good.
how far you can butcher through those angles here.
Okay. All right. Well,
Let's do it.
in that case,
Round 3.
Ironjaws, round 3. All right. So for Ironjaws, I will give myself a CP. And I will roll to see if I can get another CP because of the Warclans profit. And that's a 4, so he does. So amusingly, I'm up to the copious amounts of CPs. With his prayers, there's not a lot that I can do. So first off, I may as well also take these buffs off. And he definitely slain something. So he's gone up to 17 wounds and he's got 2 extra attacks now. I will try to get off a Mystic Shield with the Wargog. It's a 6, and so that'll go off. Do you want to block it?
Yeah, I'll attempt to unbind it with my
Yeah.
shaman. So that was a 6 on the cast.
Yeah, sure
No
was.
modifiers. I don't think
Right, so out of range for that, so it's a 6.
unbinding on a 7. That's
And
a
it's
5.
a 5. So that Mystic Shield will go back on and bounce back onto the boss because we value the boss. With his second spell, there's not really that much to do. So just to mix it up, for his second spell, because he has got one, I could try to throw a magic bolt against the boss, but I sort of feel pretty good about what the Yard Boys are doing, so I'm actually going to try a mirror pool. So it's a realm spell, it goes off on a 6. Basically, it lets me pick the model up and move him 9 away from enemy models, but I then won't be able to move. So it's basically up to 18 inches of free move, but it has to be more than 9 away from others. So that will go off on a 6. I get that on a 9.
I can't unbind.
Alright, so let me pick him up, and I can do him... What's 9 away from here? Yeah, so about there. Let's work this out. So I can sort of Yeah, I can get him to about there.
Put him back here.
Yeah. Oh, just fucking broke him. Damn it. Alright, so he's gone here. He's left his staff. He didn't want that. And that'll be his move just to mix it up. So in the hero phase, I will also use the Maw Crusher's free Mighty Destroyers to tell these fellas to attack. So they're just going to pile in just a little bit, like that, and do their attacks. Now I've got 6 attacks with 3s and 3s. They've lost all of their charge bonuses, so 3s and 3s. So 2 go through with 1 rend.
5 up going to a 6 up save.
Hey, make 1.
1 damage, was it?
Yeah, 1 damage.
So, Arcanite shields.
Nope. And the Tusks and Hooves, 4 attacks on 4s and 4s. So, well, that's, Mathen there, and 4s. It's better than Mathen, so we can't complain about that. No rend.
Okay, 5 up saves.
Hey! Nice.
Small growth.
Alright, so it shall then be the movement phase. And
Locked up in combat.
they're locked up, they're free, they're locked up.
Maw Crusher can go anywhere he wants.
I'm just going to flap him to within 3, so, he's, let's say, within 3. Let's see, oh, sorry, just before I do that, the 2 War Chanters return their pretty much steady buffs onto the same teams again. And let's see how much Stompy can move, 2d6. He's moving 9, so he's feeling pretty good about that move. And that will put him to probably around there. So that will give him a nice charge possibility. And the Maw Crusher is going to do well as well. These guys, they don't move a huge amount. I'll try to consolidate. Oh, did we roll for which one's important?
We did, it was this one.
Ah, it was.
Yeah,
yes. All right, so I'm going to move these guys up. And you know what? I'm going to run them because there's nothing to do there. So, they're going to have 10-inch movement.
Good move.
So I'm just going to basically encircle this one and say, oh, that's the wound. And say, come and get it. I will run him as well. So he'll get an 8. I'll chuck him up there. These guys are in combat here. I may as well run him. So that's a 2. So that'll put him into about here. Probably could have gone a bit more. Doesn't really matter. In the shooting phase, I will shoot with him into... You know what? I may as well shoot for your boss.
My shaman.
Your shaman, yep. Let me just see what... So we've had a bit of discussion. The Maw Crusher is going to shoot at the Gauls. He's going to get D6 shots, so... he's angry. I sort of want to say sorry. Yeah, he is quite angry, isn't it? So 2 ups to hit, drops dice. Okay, yep, that's mathing. 3 ups to wound. Oh, so 4.
So we will be looking at 5 ups going to 6 ups.
Hey, makes 2.
So that is
2 damage.
2 damage in total, or 2 damage?
No, 2 damage in total. That's the bellow, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll knock off 2, so down to 4.
Alright, so that's my shooting attack done. Yay! And we'll go in for some charges. I'll charge in with Rocky first, so let's come around. So he's eyeballing it off. He gets a 4-inch charge.
Could re-roll it.
I will CP that. I've got more CP than I know what to do with. And I get a 10. So let me work out if I'm going to pile him straight into here or if I'm going to come around from behind. And you know what? I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm just going to come in and say, hey, what's up?
Maw Crusher.
Maw Crusher. He's only got to really make it to there, and 6.
Does he have 3 dice?
No, he doesn't. I forgot to do that. So 6 is not going to get him in. but I will CP that as well. So that was down to 4 for Rocky and down to 3 because I'm going to re-roll that. 7. Let's see if 7... Oh, 7 will not get him in either because that's out.
So you could go for the gauze here.
Yeah, he'll have to go in with something. Oh, actually, yes. So I'll go into the gauze like so, pointing down at them, and I'll do the destructive bulk.
Who wants goat kebab?
Now, there is still a chance. Now, the destructive bulk, he's got 7 dice. 6, 7. And it will be for every 5 plus. So that's 3.
Mortal wounds?
3 mortal wounds. Oh, so close. If I'd have gotten that off... Is it? Oh, no, within 3. No, okay. So there was no way he was going to get that off. That's all right. I was thinking I could try to bounce and then come back into these guys, which I now can't do. But that will be the last of it, so I may as well attack. Let's do Rocky. Alright, so we've got 2 attacks with his fists. They hit on 3s, and on his bracket they will still hit on 2s. So 1 hit doesn't wound. 2d6 worth of stomping feet. So that's 6 stomping feet that he can do. Hitting on 3s. Yep. Wounding on 3s. Some angry stomping feet. 2 rend.
Just hits.
And 2 damage each. Alright. So this is potentially where the gore grunters get... Grunted, yeah. Or alternately, you've got this guy in here as well.
I do. I think I'm going to do the Beast Lord actually, only because I'm more inclined to think he will take significant casualties.
Yep. Yeah, that's fair.
So 6 attacks, 3 ups, re-rolling ones.
Yep.
Re-rolling ones.
Oh, he's angry.
Nice. 3 ups to wound.
Yeah, no, that's solid.
So 1 rend.
So 4 ups going to 5 ups. So 3
So
go
there's
through.
1 wound allocated on them already. Is it? Or is that?
Are they 1 or 2 each?
1 each.
Okay, so, yep. So we'll take that guy off and we'll take this guy
Was that
off.
dice for chant? Or was that?
Oh, that was. Sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
No, well played. So
The banner guy can stay.
yeah, the banner guy can stay. He was back there. I'll put a wound on him.
Perfect.
Alright, I will try to consolidate this guy. Alright, so there's no point piling them in because they're in as far as they can get. So the Jagged Gore Hackers, 2 inch range, 3 attacks each, +1 for the boss. So that's 3s and wow, that's a bunch of guys that doesn't want to hit. So 1 hit, 1 wound, -1 rend.
So 5 up to 6 up.
Nope.
Damage.
1.
Okay. Arcanite shields.
Nice. All right, and the tusks and hooves, 4 attacks, 4s and 4s. These guys really are scared of the blue dudes. So 1. Wow,
All right.
that's rather whiffy. No rend.
5 up.
Nice.
Alright, I'm going to do my Zangors and I'll calculate what damage we're about to do.
So piling in the Zangors in. We've got almost everyone in. So we are going.
Forced to hit, greens are on freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Forced to wound for both of them.
Yep.
That could be
Oh, they're
better.
a little bit. It's like they're scared of each other.
Looks like I catched everything.
Mm-hmm. Was it 3s to wound?
Forced to wound.
4s to wound. Okay. Oh, that's a bit whiffy.
4 saves.
Yep. Rend?
No rend.
No rend, so 4 ups. 2 go through and 2 get saved.
That might kill one.
That will kill one. So, fella over here gets killed exactly.
Okay. They're not too bad. So greens are going to be hitting on 3s, reds will be hitting on 4s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really are getting some value. Like, there's a lot of dice.
So 5 ups to wound.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is where it sort of fades out, doesn't it?
I'll re-roll that one.
Yep.
That's the first time I think we've ever got a cock dice on this.
Alright, so 3. Rend?
No rend.
So 4 ups again. And
you make them all.
Make them all on this one.
Perfect day, right, boys?
Alright, so we're going to pile this fella in. He's going to get in and he's going to swing angrily. His sword now gets 10 attacks. That was the 10. 3s and 3s. Ooh. That's surprising. There's a lot of... Oops, there's 4 of them there.
Told you he's feeling good.
Yeah, no, he's feeling good. So 2. And I'm pretty sure there's 2 rend on it. Let me just double check.
Sure.
No, 1 rend.
Okay, so 4 up to a 5 up.
Yep.
How much damage?
2 damage. Yeah. Alright, so...
You get your crushing.
Yeah, that'll give me a smashing and bashing. So I may as well pile these fellas in. And let's see what I can do with him. I'll try to pile him around there. That's about there. That's about there. And this guy will come into there. So I reckon... piling the yard boys in. 4 of them are in range. That does include the boss, so they're going to get 2 attacks each on 3s and 3s. They'll get an extra 2 attacks because of the Ardboy boss that's in there. Same profile, so... Oh, dude, they're so angry.
Ooh.
They are so angry. 3s. Less angry, but that's still an awful lot to save. So you've got 5 saves. They're a rend each.
Yep.
And they will be 2 damage each.
Sure, so 4 ups are going to 5 ups.
Yep.
If I fail 3 of these, he dies. I'll re-roll that.
Oh, yeah, okay. We have been... Oh, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah. Alright, so they've done what they came to do.
Can you please kill his angle here?
Not with him. Clearly. So these guys are really good on the charge. They sort of hang around, as you can see, but they're not stupidly high on the damage, but they are mobile. So this will be the end of my turn, so it'll go over to your turn.
Yep, so you get...
No, it's at the end of the round.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think at that point I'm inclined to concede, but I want to do this combat here just to make myself...
Alright, can you summon anything in?
No, because all my heroes are dead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I lie. I can get 1, go to 7, summon 10 Bestigors.
Yep.
Don't know what I can do to change the tide of the battle, even with 10 Bestigors at this point.
Even with 10 Bestigors, I don't, like... Everyone's hanging around and they're mad and I've sort of... Yeah.
I'm going to do this combat with the Zangors, just to confirm to know that I could have killed him.
I'm pretty sure he is going to get deleted. So he's got 5 wounds. Yeah, they are so all getting in. Look, he's going to go to there. He's going to wrap around. Yeah, they're going to be. They are on him. Okay. Just to put into perspective, that's how many dice he gets to attack with. That's a lot.
That's with the swords and just not including beaks.
And then well, there's more to come after this.
So these are going to be hitting up on 4s on the reds, 3s on greens. I'll re-roll those 2.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty angry, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a shame it's at the end of the game.
Wounding on. Force. And that guy.
Oh no, that one was...
No, that one was in. That was your reroll. Yeah.
Okay.
Pause. Oh, okay, that's a lot of that's come away.
That's balanced out.
That's still not bad. That's still about mathing.
Yeah.
I got a couple of 3s.
That many saves.
I got one more 3 in there.
That many saves.
So rend? No.
No rend.
All right. So 4 ups. 1, 2, 3, 4 kills him exactly.
Oh, okay. Don't even have to worry about rolling, but.
Yeah, nice. So that's him gone to meet his compatriot, but boy oh boy, it's going to go downhill from here.
I'll save it.
Right, so yep, Ironjaws
you're going
versus
to
Beast of Chaos.
hold. Really fun.
Yeah, it really holds the 2 unimportant ones. Every time I play it, I'm surprised at how simple they are. Get up and punch.
You're going to get 4 points.
Those will put me to 12 little tricks that they need to
do.
Yeah.
I want to roll off and see. It's always fascinating because even whenever it's beasts against any other faction, I'm the punchy one. And they're usually the tricks one. But it's fascinating to be on the other. I still can't say that.
on the receiving end of this is going to be simple. We're going to get up and punch.
Yeah,
that's fair. Let's sit down and have a quick chat. Yeah, look, good game. I'm really impressed with a couple of those rounds of combat. I don't think anybody sort of massively whiffed the entire dice. Both of us had some bad rolls. Both of us had some good rolls.
Yeah, whiffed dice I would agree with, but whiffed strategy is one big sticking point which I could have done, which I do want to articulate. So at the beginning of round 2, I had cumulatively 11 bestial core points that I could have used.
Yep.
And that would have meant that I could have just dropped a Gorgon or Sigor directly behind one of your back lines within 6 inches of the table edge.
Yeah.
And I will be honest and say I completely forgot about that because I moved straight on to shooting. I should have called it earlier when I did the hero phase.
I thought you were actually just saving it for the next round.
Yeah, I realised that doing it after shooting. I didn't bring it up with the intention of summoning stuff in the 3rd round, but everything went to the pooper afterwards. So I think it was a bit of a blunder on myself to not use those points earlier to summon it summon a Gorgon or some more Zangors or some more Bestigors.
Look, it's easy in hindsight to go, I should have done that. But if you'd had a good turn, being able to then next turn bring something in, that would have been quite good. But that was also the round where the Mega Boss on Maw-Crusher came in and did 24 wounds.
Yeah.
Like, that's just
clocked things.
Yeah.
Because I think as well, more than anything, even if the reinforcements didn't have a lot of direct value, the presence of a monster suddenly ambushing behind your prophets or war chances would have made you change play style to how aggressive or defensive you were with any of the characters.
They would have had to turn tail and run. Just to get away from the squishy bits.
Because the 2 options I was considering was either having the Gorgon show up behind the brutes. And the brutes were 4 wounds, correct?
They're 3 wounds each.
3 wounds each. Okay.
The grunters are 5.
Because the swallowhole's rolled result is equal to or greater than the wound characteristic of the model. So that means that at minimum, I could have been just destroying a model on a 3 up on top of the 5 attacks, or I think 5 or 6 or 7 attacks for 3 wounds each. And would have just been slicing through some of them. Or the alternative position, I think, would have been adjacent to the 3 Gore Grunters and the Mega Crusher with the Zangors. And just have another fat body try to fight that Mega Boss as well.
And look, my original plan was to put the Maw Crusher in there to support the Grunters. But he never really sort of got in there. Like that charge where I couldn't get into those guys, but I could get into the your flying disc dudes.
The Skyfires.
The Skyfires. Like that just sort of turned him off dealing with the Zangors there. Look, I think the Zangors you get immense value out of. Like they just roll so many dice, and look, some of their 2 hits, 2 wounds aren't amazing. But it's still a lot of dice. Like every time they were sort of chipping away pretty solidly.
It's very consistent dice. I can't help but notice that it's a very intentional I'm going to say design choice, because outside of that unit, you can't take them in any battalion, so there's functionally no way to give them benefits of exploding sixes.
Oh, okay.
Or any function like that. So I can't help but think that's a very intentional choice with that. So that was the only battalion which I believe Zangor can be put in. At least for Beasts of Chaos, I can't comment on Disciples of Zinch.
All right.
I'm sure there is a couple of cheeky battalions in Disciples of Zinch. I'll have to read up on that more as I revel in that content.
Yep. MVP?
Off the top of my head, I can't help but think Zangors. They really shined for me in that game. I think I was really happy with their performance. Their staying power is a bit iffy in terms of 5-up saves followed up by 6-up, but an extra layer of dice obviously has a change. It's another filter for attacks or wounds to capture to the models.
Yeah.
How about yourself? A Mega Crusher? Mega Boss?
Mega Boss?
Mega Boss.
Like, especially if you sort of give him something to have a chomp on first, and then suddenly his attacks start going up, and then, every time he gets more powerful, he just gets more powerful. That is really, really insane.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that I could have bracketed the Mega Boss a bit earlier, because I dealt 5 wounds in the first round, which is great.
And that's the bracket that he then stayed at.
Yep. And second round, no shots.
Yeah.
Third round, you got into combat in 8.
Yeah.
6 of them in a single shot.
So look, he did well. I'm also impressed by the Rogue Idol. He did some solid damage, but he did also. I did also roll really well on his stomping feet. So there was like a 10, I think an 8 or something. Like, there was lots of dice, and anything that's got lots of dice is going to be consistent. His fists never once landed both, which is sort of D6 damage. You sort of missed that.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Yeah. I also reckon you got a lot of value out of the Shaman that you... Was it the Shaman that went down the middle?
The Beast Lord.
Beast Lord. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So my general.
Yeah, I think he did well. I mean, if you'd have done more damage on the Maw Crusher, like I've sort of given him that ethereal amulet to really...
It was good. I think ethereal amulet is probably one of the best calls against Beasts of Chaos, considering how much rend opportunity
for that Maw Crusher, it's almost a must.
Yeah,
because he's got a 3-up save, which is great.
Yeah,
but he's got no shrug. He's ready for mortal wounds. Like, that's how you take them out. You put mortal wounds on them because they got nothing to really do against that.
And outside of endless spells or the occasional arcane bolt or Vile Tide spell, which I didn't take in this game. Yeah, there's not a lot of opportunity.
But that's the thing, like
beasts.
They're surprisingly squishy without that sort of save.
Yeah.
So that's a must. But yeah, I like just going back to that Beast Lord. He chomped through really 2/3 or most of those Ard boys. He seemed to do more than the Bestigors.
I know, and it's the Bestigors. Look, normally I like to put them in that 10-man minimum unit because they're 120 points for 10 dudes.
Yep.
You could just... I think I've seen a couple of battle reports previously where they've just ran 3 units as the battle line of minimum attacks, put them in ambush, and then they can just show up. If they whiff a charge, okay, they'll be ready next turn. If they get the charge, suddenly they get to deal a what is functionally 3 attacks ahead, 4-ups, 3-ups, -1 damage, which is ridiculous in itself. But then you also get the +1s to hit on units with 10 or more models,
Yep.
and then re-rolling ones for order as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, not order, but still. No, I don't think they did. They usually get some really good value with me, but in this game, it's inherently a dice game, so.
Yeah.
Well.
I think on the flank, I did get lucky with the brutes and the bulls.
Yeah,
I've seen those guys do a lot more damage.
We've played previously,
Yeah.
and I believe that they just outright clocked. Is it a hag queen?
Yeah, they one-shotted the troll hag.
The troll hag, that's right.
The lady.
Because I believe that because I usually run them as a unit of 6.
Yeah.
With the Doom Ball backing them up for the command point, and I believe they just outright clocked her in a single round without having her the opportunity to fight back. I do recall in that match, I believe it was the combat on the second round when I charged the brutes.
Yeah.
3 of the dice when rolling for 2 wounds on the 2-up was 1s.
Yeah.
And I know of course in sheer probability that can happen, but I can't help but think that even if 1 or 2 of those attacks went through successfully, that could have had snowballing effects for the rest of the round, whether that's 1 or 2 less brutes attacking. With that being said, other things which I was thinking was the Knowing Eye artifact, which I took with the battalion.
Yep.
Simple and marvelous.
Yeah.
Check a 4-up.
Yep.
4-up dice at the beginning of the hero phase. Get an extra command point.
Yep. I do agree with you what you said before that you ended up with too many command points and call points, like beast
so with
points.
the not all Beasts of Chaos can. I believe it's the All Herd command. Every hero in the Allegiance gets Booming Roar, which lets you convert 1 command point to a Bestial Core point. So, while I did have 6 Bestial Core points at the beginning of the second round, I effectively had 11 access available to myself.
Yeah.
And I think I should have just banked 4 of those immediately, kept 1 command point for either a re-rolling charge or keeping one of the saves up in the future.
Yeah.
And just dumped a 14 wound model, whether it's a Sigor or a Gorgon.
Yep.
I don't think I would have done a Sigor, only because they're more dedicated wizard hunters.
Yep.
But I think a Gorgon would have definitely been the big smackdown for.
It would have been good just to throw something big against something else that's big on the table, or just to try to soften up something else.
The other option was potentially getting another 10-man group of Zangors to suddenly show up again as well. If I had that in the middle, at the your end of the table, show up behind the War Chanter
and the
Wizard,
boys.
that probably would have put you in a relatively sticky situation as to how to position the Ard boys.
Yep.
Or
alternately, just turn around and sacrifice one of the War Chanters or whatever, just to tie them up and just...
Yeah, exactly. But then, even in a circumstance like that, it would deny the extra damage of the Ard boys further down. The presence themselves would have changed the flow of combat. So, I should have taken... I think that was probably the biggest blunder I did, which is not taking advantage of those points when I did have access to them.
Yep.
Because that would have changed the playstyle for yourself on turn 2.
And look, again, I'm often the sort of player that will, try to make do with what I've got, and then end up at the end of the game with having played too conservatively and end up with that too.
Yeah.
But it is also nice if you've got 2 depleted sides, like if our numbers had been thinned down much more evenly, to suddenly drop down something big and kind of go, ha-ha, cop that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
In terms of other options, I think the list obviously could have been a bit more competitive, but as you said as well, you didn't really dedicate your list to be tournament prepared or...
That idol is a lot of fun. And he did quite well, but he's also got, at times he was very mobile in that game, so he really got around.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, that's 400 points. That's an awful lot of points that is sitting there in something that really can whiff quite badly in a turn.
Yeah. This isn't me talking smack to the rogue idol.
Yep.
But I can't help but feel he would get better value out of something like Gloomspire gets, where wizards have a lot more value in that list because I believe it was an 18-inch range for the +1 to cast.
No, so it was smaller. There was the 18 inches was the bravery. So that wasn't that much. Yeah.
So what was the range for the
I think it was
casting?
6 or 12. So he had to be really close.
Okay. Or maybe it wasn't as much value in that circumstance.
Look, if you did keeping around like a Scragrod or something, like, you know, Scragrod will get a +1, so will the big spider shaman.
Yeah.
Drop a bad moon, you know, in the right quadrant, you've now got +2. Drop him in, you've got +3. That's a Nagash quality spell.
Yeah. And obviously you're denying the chance of an unbind with that, because if you get something like a 9 or 10 naturally, you're just completely knocking out an unbind, or blocking one out. I think the list would have been more prepared against Gloomspire Gits, but I still had fun otherwise. It was good.
That was a good game.
Good game.
Anything else about it?
I think that's about it. How about yourself?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Oh, I'm good.
How did the filming go?
I don't know.
I didn't interrupt.